Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So I put up a lot of questions today, or just more comments about as far as Devon and Abby and Nicole and Eric are still trash. Um, what's good, Spider Quake? How are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Actually, the first in the comment section, and actually the first to give me a like. That's amazing. How are you doing tonight? Glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. No ice cream today because um I'm doing pretty good, Spider Quake. Doing pretty good. Nikisha is in the chat. Nikisha says, "No, I don't feel sorry for Esme at all. At all. Why you don't feel sorry for Esme?" Spider Quake says it's too cold and then what? Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It is. I just turned on the heat and it's taking a little bit, so I was like, maybe it's not a good idea to actually have ice cream right now. Maybe it's just not a good idea. So, like, I'll say that for tomorrow. Spiderquake says I've been wearing hospital clothes all day. Yeah, it's been that kind of day. Nikki says she needs to suffer more first. She hurt too many people. That's true. That's true. You know, Nikisha, you know what they say, hurt people hurt people. Monique says I feel sorry for the baby and what kind of life that child will have as Esme as a mother. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Spikequick says I don't feel bad for Willow, but I feel bad for Esme. Is there any particular reason why you don't feel bad for Willow, but Esme you do? Stacks is in the chat. How you doing today? Well, how you doing tonight? How are you doing tonight? I will sit there and say that this is probably like my favorite time is when I get to go live. I mean, I love doing my videos and stuff like that. I love what I do in general. But this is probably my favorite time of the day. You know, if I'm not busy doing research. But it's my favorite time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because I saw her crying today and the whole hurt people, you know? Nikisha says, I feel bad for Sasha. Gladys about to gamble away more money and shares. Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. What's good, Jonathan? How you doing tonight? Monique says maybe the baby will be lucky and won't take after neither of her parents. Mm. We can only hope. Spiderquick says I don't know how to explain. I just feel bad for Esme, not Willow. Okay, I'll take it. What's good, Black Mon? How you doing tonight? Alicia's in the chat. How are you doing tonight? So yes, the question is, does anyone feel bad for Esme? I don't know. I do see Nikisha's point. I see a lot of people's point, Monique's point, and trust me, I get it. Juanita's in the chat. How you doing today, Juanita? Everybody, Esme is getting some return on the wrong she has done. Yeah, that's true. Brenda's in the chat. I don't like Esme. The show does. Yeah, I mean, she's on contract. Jonathan says, I have no sympathy for Esme. Elise says, Nikisha, the money will roll in to Miss Wu's coffers. I see a conflict with Sunny. Yep. I'm glad you're doing good, Black Mon. It's always good to see you. Spiderquake says it's like Willow is dumb and it's her fault. With Esme, you can tell she's actually cares. Well, okay. I'll just sit there and say okay. Um, I'm in my soup and I'm waiting for that to actually. I wonder if it's actually done yet. Yeah, in New York, it's getting a little kind of brisk out there. But you know what? I was telling people at work. I was like, you know what? The snow sucks. Don't get me wrong, but I love just sitting in my room, sitting on the bed, watching TV. Spider Quick says I'm bad explaining certain things. No, it's cool, Spider Quick. I get it. You know, this is a safe space, so it's all good. Stack says Finn, and no, I don't feel bad. I don't feel sorry for Esme. No, she's evil. She was going to send Trina to jail. She filmed Josh and Cam. She drug Oz. She was a sleaze, she, but really, she is a killer. What's good, Mel? How you doing tonight? No, trust me, Stacks. I get all that. Like when I pose that question, I do. Nikisha says, I know. Nikki says, I need Esme to fall in love with her baby, then go to jail for her crimes. After a year in Pentonville, maybe I'll feel sorry for her. Okay. And she got to do a bit of redemption arc. Monique says, what you give out is what you give back, is what Esme is getting right now. All the bad things she has done now, she wants to play the poor me act. Yeah, that is very true. Now, Johnson said the latest rumor is that the hook kill is Olivia Jerome, and the reason she attack those people is to get revenge for Esme, who is her daughter. Hmm. Very, 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 very interesting. Jonathan. Now, Spotty Quick says, and Cam can leave Joss. Yeah, but we all know that Joss won't leave Cam. Now, Lisa says, isn't Olivia in jail? Yeah, I mean, that's true, but I mean, she's Olivia. Let's think about that. She got connections. Now, Nikisha said, I thought Olivia wasn't pimping. No, she is. Johnson says she might have escaped. Or maybe just going in and out. Monique says Olivia Jerome, Julian, and Ava's mom. No, Monique, that's their half sister. Yeah, that's their half sister. What's good, Kanye? How are you doing today? Tonight? I keep saying today, and I look outside and it's night, and I keep saying tonight. Uh, it's. I mean, I can see Olivia going in and out, and Olivia Jerome, because just to get people not confused, Kenya says Nicholas is a monster of his own making. And Nikki says I like the actress better as Alex. Oh, that was her character on One Life to Live or something. Now Johnson says is Olivia is Esme's mom. That would make Esme Ava's niece. That would. Alicia, I think it's all the Jeromes are half sisters. Buddy Quick says, do you like daytime savings? Yeah, yeah, I like it. I know some people don't like it, but I like it. I mean, I get that extra hour of sleep. So now, Makai was good. How you doing tonight? Juanita says yes. Miss Wu is setting greedy Gladys up to take Sasha down for the stock shares. Yep. Spider Quick says also now we know why no one mentioned Alex because it was Holly. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Such a waste of. Now Nikki said yes. Alex was wanting to look at. Yeah, I think that's probably either before I started watching it or maybe after I stopped watching it. Now Kenya says glad no Monique says so Ava and Julian same dad, different mom, or the other way around. Yeah, Monique, I'm not too sure. I just know that that's their half sister. Kenya says Gladys never changed. She's going to blow all Sasha's funds. Yep. Ruth said, let's just say I don't trust Esme as far as I could throw her, and Cyrus, who is concentrate or something, I back away from that woman. She is not to be trusted. Besides, she just gives me the TBGs. Alicia says Ava, Julia, Olivia have the same dad, different mom. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Alicia. Now, Stack says I knew Gladys couldn't be trusted. Yeah, I mean, that's why I was listening to this. I was like, oh, Gladys is resurfacing. Jonathan says Ava, Juliet, and Olivia have the same father, Victor Jerome. Now Stack says Laura's so smart. Yeah, she is. She is. But I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I should have put out this question today, but I'll put it out tomorrow though. Now Mel says I feel bad when Johnny and Wendy went to Dr. Roth lab that it would backfire because he had a electromagnetic interference range that was that's what it was called. I knew he had a syringe for her. Yep. Well, I mean, no, I'm just surprised that Roth actually got the jump on them. What are they like in their 20s, and this dude's like 80? What's good, Freddie? How you doing today? Tonight? Now, Stack says Olivia is the reason Morgan's dead. Yeah? Well, of course, they're going to still blame it on Ava, so, And Kenya said, no. Lisa says, I like Laura, but I never see her actually doing her job. Yes. You see more Dante doing his job than anything else. Kenya says Liz should sing like a canary so that she doesn't have to be associated with Nicholas and his mess. I would agree, but she did a 180 though. At one point, she literally was like, "I want no parts of this. I don't want to lose my boys." Next minute, she's like, "Yeah, you're gonna need a nurse to sit there and deliver the baby." What the what? Now Monique says you can trust a snake to bite you is what I'm getting from Gladys. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what we're all saying. It's like, yo, listen, the old Gladys is returning. Jonathan says if Nina keeps making trouble for Sonny's family and friends, it may come to a point where he finally cuts her loose. Hmm. Jonathan, when TJ was like, you need to watch this woman, he didn't listen to TJ. And he snipped there questioning Brick, like, what are you doing? Queen of the South is in the chat. How you doing tonight? I'm doing good. How are you doing now? I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of weird me not grabbing my ice cream. But then I'm just like, well, it's also like kind of chilly. Now Lisa says Sunny will cut Nina loose just a matter of time. You think so, Alicia? I don't know. I Here's the thing, Alicia. If it was Sunny, I would agree. But since Maurice actually wants this story, I don't know. Queen herself, I'm doing. Of course, Queen herself. Ask you how you're doing. Every one of my subscribers are important to me. So now Stack says Nina is a bad woman. Sonny's thinking with the wrong. Oh, that's hilarious, Stacks. Alicia says he will go back to college before he leaves. Hmm, interesting. I could possibly see that. Never says I don't know if Olivia is actually mother, but I have a theory that it's actually Heather Weber that is as Mary mother, and oh God, I hope I'm wrong. Scares me more than I could say. Monique says Sunny hears but doesn't see. I said it was Holly and an animas that was Lucy that shot Lucy. Everybody laughed at me. That is true, Karen. That is true. I said that in my review. I was like, you know what? You are right. What's good, Richards? How you doing tonight? Mel says Rob told the truth about telling Eric that you knocked out Jade. You knocked up. I'm pretty sure you said you knocked up Jada when you were in love with another woman. Is Nicole? It's a hard pill to swallow for Rafe. That it cuts deep, getting hurt. Yeah, Mel. Rafe was being a dick. Juanita says you're right, Stacks. Kenyon says I want to feel bad for Taylor, but she know how wishy-washy Ridge has always been. It's not rocket science. Kenya, I don't feel bad for her at all. She was messing with a married man before, the dude got divorced, and then he went back to Brooke. Then the whole CPS thing happens, so he goes back to Taylor again, and and then they knock boots, and you're knocking boots with a married man. So listen, Kenya, you have more empathy than I do. Freddie says I don't trust Gladys. No, of course not. Gladys is going back to her old ways. Stack says Carly don't want him. Nina can have him. Now Johnson says Brooke deserves better. I agree with that. Stack says I can't believe Sonny asked Brick. Did he satisfy Carly? Yeah, Stacks. I was like, bro, are you serious? No, Stacks. If it wasn't Sonny that actually came out and said what he said, like if it was somebody else, he would have knocked his head off. Nah, Alicia, not today. Trust me, I'm surprised. But yeah, it's a little too cold right now. I just turned on my heat. There we go. No XXX. I don't want to see your hot photos. I have way too much research material, but I'm good. Now Monique says Ridge is like Sunny. Oh, Monique, I want you. Please tell me how Ridge is like Sunny. But yeah, now Alicia, I just turned on the heat. It is way too cold. But it's weird me not actually having it. What's good, Nate? How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Oh, 60 minutes wreck, 26 people. Juanita says Nina talks too much. She doesn't have any ideas of what Sunny really is. Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. Now we got 27 people in the chat. We got 6 likes. So if you're enjoying the stream, definitely hit the like button. That really does help me out. Um, it really does. Actually, 29 people. Okay, cool. 30. All right. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for hitting the like button. Thank you everyone for just being here. Now Spiderquake says everyone hates Nina. Yes, Alicia says smash that like button. We got 9 people. We got 9 likes so far. Thank you, Alicia. Yeah, Spiderquake, Nina's not a popular person. DC, you know what? How many people actually like Nina? Because I know DC and Samuel, they like Nina. Now Johnson says when Rich learns the truth and rushes back to Brooke, she shouldn't take him back even though she still loves him. Exactly, Johnson. Let him sweat it out a little bit. Makai says, I have a feeling that Gladys is going to screw Sasha over big time. Yes, Makai. If she screwed over Brando by selling him out to Cyrus, then yeah, she's gonna have no problem doing that. Richard's in the chat. I'm doing good. How are you doing this evening? Now Spiderquick says I'm a fan of Nina. Okay. Karen says I can't stand Nina. Spiderquick says me, Sammy, and DC only Nina fans. Now Lisa says I haven't liked Nina since the Ava thing. Yeah. Monique says both get involved with women too soon after a divorce. They love the ones they're with at the same time, but go back to the original like Sonny does to Carly. That is a very good point. Thank you. Now Richard says by the quick, I'm also a Nina fan. Okay. Mel says it was funny when Gabby said to Stephen and Chloe, when you went trick or treating with Holly, daughter, now you are a couple. Just Gabby being jealous. Yeah, Mel, she was being jealous and petty and like a 12-year-old. Now Spider-Quick says Richard too. Stack says Nina's so messy when Sonny needs someone he depends on, Jason and Brick. Something's wrong with Sonny. Yeah. Stack, he's listening to Nina. Kenya says, I doubt the writers would even negate such a thing, but do you know how something and amazing it would be if Brooke had an epiphany and just went independent and just did her? I would cheer for her. Karen says Gladys will become addicted to gambling like Mike was. Now, Queen of Soul said, I like Nina, but she is messy, lol. He says, Nina is entertaining, but I don't like her. Kai says, did Holly really shoot and kill Lucy, or is it Victor hiding Lucy somewhere? Makai, I doubt that Lucy's dead, but Holly did shoot her. So, I don't know if it was a trank gun or not. Now, Monique says, does Stefan still have amnesia, or is he faking it? No, I think some of the stuff is starting to come back. I think he doesn't want it to, but some of the stuff is coming back. Susan is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Johnson says Sonny may have gotten his memory back after Nixon falls, but he lost his mojo in the process. I can agree with that. Tracy Steves is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Yeah, Sonny is definitely a blend of Mike and Sonny and the old Sonny, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not. I feel like people do evolve now for the better or the worse. It's kind of up in the air. That depends, but people do evolve. Now, Monique says, Steve, return to the days, good or bad? But yeah, Monique, I'm emotionally, I miss Steve being being Jason, but I also feel like maybe the story just moved so far ahead. It's like maybe Jason's not necessary. And Monique, I watched Days of Our Lives, so I'm excited either way. Stack says I feel like Sonny will trick Brick. Well, no, will treat Brick differently because he is jealous hearted. Look how he treated Jason. That's true. Karen says Liz is crazy to get involved with the Esme mess. I see her and Finn breaking up over this. Yeah. Ruth says I don't think the old Gladys ever left. I think she just blocked all over the greed for a brief minute in time, but then the money comes around, old Gladys resurfaces. I agree. Tracy, okay. Tracy, I'm very happy to see you here. So thank you for joining. Makai says Ridge better marry Taylor tomorrow. Yeah, I still gotta watch his today's BMB. But I'll catch up though. Kenya says which character from the '90s would you want to see come back? Ooh, I don't know, Kenya. Just because I didn't watch it in the '90s, I watched it in the year 2000. Now, if it's the year 2000, I would want Jerry Jacks to come back. I would want Alcazar to come back. I would want Diego to come back. Queen of the South says Wendy and Johnny on days are in trouble. Roth injected them with something, probably something to make them forget. If anything, that's what I'm guessing. Queen of the South. Now, Lisa's, I'm betting Brick will give Nina the stank eye from now on. Yes, as he should. Stack says, I bet Finn followed her. Now Patrick's in the chat. Okay. I honestly lost all sympathy for Esme. So if they really does have a miscarriage, then it is what it is. Having a child will probably break Spencer and Nicholas' relationship permanently. Okay. Elise says Jerry Jacks Kenya. Um, Spider Quick says, oh, and Patrick, thank you for joining the live. I know I usually see you in the comment section. It's really nice to see you in the chat tonight. Now, Spider Quick says Jerry Jacks still alive. Probably. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Jerry Jacks is still alive. I don't know how true that is, but I heard it though. Money says, well, no. Money says, well, we didn't see any blood after Holly shot Lucy. Rubber bullets. Maybe she's know exactly where Lucy is. That is true. I don't think that she killed her anyway. Karen says, Stefan, Cassadine, And Lorenzo Alcazar went back. Yes. Yes. Now Joshua says Jerry is alive. Yeah, I figured that. How you doing, Crystal? Thank you for joining. De Havilland is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of Salsa, you're not missing anything on B&B, Albert. Yeah, I'm probably not, but I love watching the show anyway. So I'm probably going to watch it at work in the morning, or YNR, or both. How you doing tonight, Crystal? Alicia says Jerry is probably in cahoots with Victor. You know, that would be really interesting, because then you could just bring him back. Patrick said, glad to see you. Yes, it's great to see you too, Patrick. And I like this because I mean, granted, yeah, I get to sit there and message people, you know, when I do the comments and stuff like that, which I'm going to get to tonight. But it's also nice to be able to talk to people in real time now. So it's really cool seeing you, Patrick. Kenya says I still have a soft spot for Jerry Jacks too. Brenda, Ethan, George. Hippie's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ooh, Hippie, what did you have to eat tonight? If you don't mind me asking. Trevor says Nick and Liz could rekindle their relationship. I feel like that's going to probably happen, Trevor. Guy says Steffi and Thomas are going to cry if Ridge leaves their mother at the altar and goes back to Brooke. Oof, they're going to be so mad. Spotty Quick says Jerry Jack's too busy doing research. Oh, you're the best, Spider Quake. Kenya says, oh, I wonder what Stefan Cassadine would feel about all this mess. Kenya, I'm pretty sure Stefan would be disappointed. Patrick says, finally got Xbox Series Xbox and PS5 rolling for the holidays. Nice, okay. Burritos, okay, Hippie. Patrick and I used to actually have an Xbox. More of a PlayStation person. And Monique says since they are bringing back old cheese characters, bring back Jerry and Liesel. Is that Liesel? Now Lisa says Anna is about 80 pounds. Her body type is not similar to Holly. Maybe at a distance, but you might be right, though. You know, the whole mass thing never really worked with me anyway. It never really worked for me. Now Johnson says there should be another cast iron resurrection story and have Starburst and stepping back. That'd be interesting. Because says I miss Lily and Tracy on GH. Or Lila and Tracy on GH. Like Quick says Jerry needs that research to investigate everyone's weaknesses. Good one, Spider Quake. Good one. Eagle Fang is in the chat. I have no words for Elizabeth and Nick right now. Yeah, but it's going to be interesting now. Trevo says Spencer and Trina are getting nowhere at this moment. He deserves to be alone, and annoying Trina can get the hook for I care. So Travosa, I guess you're getting kind of annoyed with Trina back and forth nonsense. Lisa, yes, but quick, Jerry is working on a new Ice Princess. Johnson says Liesel. No, not Liesel. Leslie. Oh. Thank you, Jonathan. I said Liesel, and it's like Leslie. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Jonathan. Spike Quick says probably Alicia. Kenya says Lila was the voice of reason. Emily too. That's true. That's true. That's true. Tracy Steve says I had chicken tacos. Oh, I never actually had a good taco. Now Hippie says, have you heard anything about regular Nicholas? No, I forgot to sit there and look it up. I'm gonna try to look it up tonight before I go to bed. This way I can have something to talk about tomorrow. Because I see him on Instagram all the time, so it's not like the dude. I don't know what he's doing. I'm gonna look it up though. Elise says, I don't know what they're doing with Liz. Last thing she needs is to get into Nicholas's mess. Yeah, Alicia. 1 minute she wasn't. Next minute she was. But yeah, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. You know I'm bad with names sometimes. And apparently bad reading sometimes too. Makai says I miss Robin too, an OG of GH, a doctor on staff, just a sweetheart. Patrick says, "You excited for Thanksgiving?" Yes, Patrick, I am excited for Thanksgiving. I'm very excited for Thanksgiving. How about you, Patrick? You got any fun plans? Because it's coming like around the corner too. Stack says Carly haven't been on too much. I'm pretty sure some people will probably be happy about that, Stacks. Not me, but some people will. Now, Elise says Lila was an enabler. Elise said regular Nick is ah, that's the same, Alicia. Regular Nicholas has COVID. I hope he feels better. I hope he gets better because that is, oof. I felt like I had it at one point. It's not good. Juanita says for a minute I thought Laura was gonna get the hook when she was on the phone. Yeah, because she was just by herself, just out in the open. Like, did she forget that there was a serial killer just out there? Hippie says I agree. Jonathan says, "Oh, Marcus Nicholas had COVID." Oh, okay. Hey, well that explains it. Hippie says about Elizabeth. Yeah, you know, Jonathan, Michael or Chad do actually have COVID also. Hippie says she's cray cray for getting involved with Nicholas. Yeah, Hippie, but you know, it's not the first time that she got involved with Nicholas before. I mean, it got so bad that she didn't know it was the baby Nicholas or Lucky. They didn't mention Lucky today. I found that interesting. Hmm. I'm gonna have to cut this thing soon. This is getting away my food. Um, Spider Quick says the Quartermains always have pizza, never turkey. Yes, you know, Spider Quick. The last time that they did that, though, it just or the time before that, it didn't even feel organic. Elise says Marcus should be back next week. Okay, I forgot they film these things in advance. Mel says I wonder what happened to the Dr. Snitch Abby's husband who kidnapped pregnant Mariah. I know he escaped. You're talking about on Y&R, right? Yeah, that was definitely before my time. But at the same time, Mariah did have a better storyline. Now, what are you doing? Kenya says just watched a clip when Robin crashed Patrick and Sabrina's wedding, and Emma ran to her. Those kind of moments are really lacking. I agree. I agree, Kenya. There's a lot of lacking that's going on. Spider Quick says when the last time they had turkey. Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, Spider Quick, I've been watching this since high school. And they never had turkey. And that was like year 2000. Now Stack says I'm gonna see if Nina gonna watch Gladys while she's in everybody else's business. Yeah, you know, Stack, she probably will. And that's the thing. Like that'd be the one time that I would accept her not staying in her lane because it involves Sasha. Now Lisa says I like Temp Nick, but regular Nick is just so cute. Yeah, I mean, Alicia, he's doing a good job though. Spider Quick says, "Will this year the finally have turkey?" I doubt that. I remember when Franco was Drew and like Monica made sure that they didn't have turkey, and it just didn't feel the same. Johnson says, "Imagine if the Quartermains had ordered pizza again, but this time they also had turkey ready." Oof. I don't know, Jonathan. I feel like that would break a tradition. Now, Kenya says Temp Nicholas is more ruthless. I agree with that. Hippie says I think Temp Nick is doing a great job. I agree, Hippie. Makai says yes, Alicia, he is cute. I love Nicholas and Ava's chemistry. Alicia says is Nina involved with deception? I think they work together on like they collab on a couple like projects and stuff, but I don't think they work directly together with each other. Spiderquake says, "Who's gonna mess up the turkey this year?" Yeah, good question. And Mel says, "I can't believe when Nicole was with EJ that she stole Brady's baby." sister, Sammy's baby, Sydney when Nicole had a miscarriage. You know, Mel, I can see that. Like back then, she was way more like Sammy. I mean, she's still trash, but she seemed like she was actually worse back then. Jonathan says, or maybe turkey pizza. Hmm, interesting. Now, Nikki said, "Do you see Christopher Tyler say that was available to be Nicholas?" No, I did not hear that, Nikisha. That's very interesting that he would just sit there and say something like that. Now, Jessica's in the chat. Jessica says Sam and Dante kissed so much, Jesus, in their scenes alone. It was like four times. Yeah, yeah, Jessica. After a while, I was like, all right, I get it, and it was a lot. You know, Jessica. Question is Kelly Monaco still with her boyfriend that Billy guy? Now Trevor says to OG Nicholas. Kenya says I saw that Nikisha. Yeah, I didn't see that, but I will sit there and look for it. Now Spider Quick says what kind of pizza do you like? You know, Spider Quake. Um, I like sausage pizza. Either regular pizza, that's my first favorite, or sausage pizza. I also like Pizza Hut. I love Pizza Hut, but I will get pizza from anywhere as long as it's good. Elise said, Elise says saw that comment from Tyler C, but it won't happen. Hmm. I mean, it's nice to know he wants to put his hat in the ring. Now Monique says another brain mapping situation with Lucy. Somehow Victor will transfer Anna's memories into Lucy. That'd be interesting. Johnson says I wouldn't mind having peace at Thanksgiving. I wouldn't mind that either. I mean, I know that I won't, but I think I had that last time when I went to my friend's house. Kenya says I'm starting to think that Sunny is an imposter. Kenya says, "What do you think about um? What do you think of?" No, Kenya says, "What do you think of? What do you think about why?" Alicia. Jessica says Billy Miller, the original Drew. I doubt it. Well, Jessica, I know. At one point they were dating. They were dating. That's why I was wondering, like, did they still date in real life? But Jessica, why do you doubt it for? Now, Spider Quick says sausage. I never heard someone say they like sausage pizza. Yeah, they used to have some really good. When I used to actually have Pizza Hut at my place, me and one of my ex girlfriends used to like order Pizza Hut or go there. It was amazing. Monique says Leslie Weber. What about Leslie Weber? Stack says, no, Stack says Karen, me too, Stockholm syndrome. Alicia says because Christopher Tyler had the role for a long time, won't let him happen. Won't let him back on. Hmm. I don't see why they wouldn't though. I mean, unless he had bad blood with the studio, I doubt it. Now, De Havilland says, how can Sam be with Dante and she was pregnant by his father? Yeah, it's De Havilland. It's all sorts of gross that I just. Elise says, love sausage pizza. Yes, great stuff. I want sausage pizza now. Now, Johnson says, Karen, imagine if the Sonny that came back is an imposter and the real Sonny got lost in Nixon Falls. Nikki says, I think Sonny has traumatic brain injury from the fire at the Phyllis Soul Bar. Jessica says, De Havilland, Dante doesn't seem to care. Yeah. And for the most part, Jessica, I haven't seen a lot of people seem like they really bring that up. And Kenny says, gotcha, Alicia, miss him. But I get what you mean. And Johnson says Tyler's actually his first name and Christopher is his last. Juanita says, I would have to pick up and leave town if I didn't cook and make gumbo. Ooh, that was good. Elise says, yes, Nikisha. Patrick says, I think Gladys will try and gamble Sasha's asses away because of her greed His selfishness gets in the way. Yes, Patrick, the old Gladys is coming back. Karen says, I'm starting to want pizza. Me too, Karen. Oh, we got Natisha? Natasha? Christopher Tyler is the best Nicholas, she says. The Havlin says, Jessica, agree with you. Chikaris is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Lisa says, if you start eating pizza on the live, I will be salivating. Yeah, I think I may do that one day. Like order from like Grubhub or Uber Eats. Johnson says Christopher Tyler. No, Tyler Christopher. Now Monique says, what is up, Chikaris? Your voice says, oh, Nicholas. The other one is the best, Spencer. Now Stack says Diane told Sonny he needs to get evaluated. That's true. Now Jakar says I'm glad they didn't write Jada about trapping a man with an unborn child. I love when she went off on Eric. Me too. Patrick says I think they need to stop the turkey pizza they have every year. It's getting old, and most fans don't like recycled plots, but that's just me. It's not just you. Now Tracy Steve says, "What is your favorite kind of pizza?" Um, my favorite kind of pizza is just plain pizza. Honestly, it's just really plain pizza. Yeah, I'm not like super like adventurous when it comes towards food. Now Tracy says, then crust or deep dish. I never actually had deep dish. Elise says, I agree, Patrick, the old hat. Jakar says, I knew that Roth was going to stick Wendy and Johnny with that syringe. Me too. The fact that this dude is like 60 to 70 some years old, getting a drop on people in their 20s is laughable. Now Monique says deep dish from I don't know what that is. Spider Quick says mine's cheese pizza and my crust doesn't matter, Albert. Like sausage too. Okay. Ali said thin crust, good sauce, fresh ingredients. Yes, Alicia, I love my sauce. Sometimes I love extra sauce. Jonathan says I like pepperoni, and stuffed crust. Now Susan says I like veggie pizza. I never actually had a veggie pizza. I went to like a veg like event. Spider Quick, do you want kids? I don't know. I don't know, Spider Quick. Can't say. Um, there was a point. There was a point I did want them, but now I don't know. Um, now Kenya says veggie or white pizza. I never actually had white pizza. Jessica says I love pepperoni and thin crust. Basically, New York pizza. Yes. Tracy says veggie pizza is good. Yeah, I gotta probably have that one day. Mikhail says I want pizza now. Me too. Just Jakar says Johnny, why didn't you learn from John in Rome? Yeah. Johnson says I'm Walker right now, and so far I'm finding the show boring. Oh, you watching Walker? Okay. I know Brock TV was watching it at one point. He was reviewing, or at least the first episode. Now Monique says jerk tacos are good. I never actually had tacos. Well, never had a good taco. And Mel says I love Eric and Nicole together, and they have never stopped loving each other for years. I don't care if everyone wants to call them trash, but not going to change how I feel about them. That's true. I mean, it shouldn't. No, how you feel about characters is how you feel about them, regardless of how other people feel about them or how I feel about them. Now, Lisa, Sam, Braun, Dante, A. Hogan. I never had a Hogan before. I don't know what that is. Now, the Halfling said, what if Marshall's not Curtis's father? Yes, we were talking about that yesterday. Because of the whole gene schizophrenic thing skipped them. Now, Stack says, do you remember when Faison had a Duke mask on Robert, threw water on him, and it melted? Anna was the strain. Nah, Stack, that might have been before my time. Stack says, well, there was no DNA test. That is true. That is true. That is exactly true. But Stella knew who he was. So you gotta sit there and think of that as well. Kenya says, I remember that. Monique says, I think it's the fact that someone needs Liz is why she's helping Nicholas. Yeah, that's true. Police say you never had a good taco. No, I don't know, Lisa. I've never actually been a taco person. So I'll have to find something that I like. It's not really my thing. But I wouldn't be opposed to trying a good taco. Now, because says I'm just tired of Nicole. Me too. I've been tired of Nicole for a while. Kenya says, good point, Monique, especially with current events. Jonathan said, I would be surprised if Victor is keeping Jason somewhere similar to Crichton Clark facility. That's true. Jakar says, I don't trust Lee and Wendy at all. Yeah, of course not. Because Jakar, at the end of the day, Wendy's going to have her brother's back. And Patrick says, my personal favorite pizza is with extra pepperoni, um, black olive, mushroom, garlic, and extra cheese. A lot. But I wouldn't be opposed to trying it. Now, Monique said they need to start wearing protection out there when a serial killer is on the loose. They just walk around with no care in the world. Exactly, Monique. Like the mayor. Like the mayor. Ah. Tracy says the best tacos are from the taco trucks or a hole in the wall spot where you see people line up. Okay, Tracy, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out. Thank you, Tracy. Elise says a Hogan is a sandwich with a salt like bread filter with hopefully good meats, cheese, and some kind of sausage. Hmm. I don't know, Alicia. I gotta sit there and try that now. Now I'm curious. Richard says Temp Nicholas is acting like a real castle. Now that's very true. Then in case I just start watching Days and I'm already oh, Nikisha, you're amazing. And yeah, I can see that. Now Mel says I don't trust Wendy either because she's going to betray and turn on Johnny to be on her brother's side. Yep. Shakara says Johnny deserves better writing like he does. And Kenya says true Patrick Victor would be proud. Shakara says I really want Johnny to be bad. You mean like when he was possessed kind of bad? Because I love that version. Then Kenya says I meant Richard. Now Letitia writes, sorry, Steve Burns is always Jason Nestro. Letitia, am I actually saying your name right? Stack says Anthony Z was funny. He was funny. Elise says yes. Tracy Johnson says Victor. Victor too could be making the same mind control technique with Jason that Peter did with Joe. It's possible, Jonathan, but she remembered it though. Now Freddie says poor Sasha. She's screwed now with Gladys. Yeah, Freddie, poor Sasha for a while. When you really think about it. Karen says this now Karen says does GH perform an accurate DNA test? Usually not. But then again, what show usually does? Kenya says, is the Johnny Sakara character still alive? Yeah, Kenya. Last time I checked, he was in jail. He's still in Pentonville. That's what I'm imagining that he is, right? Okay, goodness. Letitia. I just wanted to make sure because I scribbled a lot of people's names. Um, but yeah, Kenya. The last time I checked, I thought he was still in Pentonville. Lisa said, just can't help but think that Victor is a joke. Yeah, Alicia, but they are writing him a little more competent. Spider Quake says, I feel a type of way right now. I'm feeling a type of way right now. What type of way are you feeling, Spider Quake? Juanita says, yes, the mayor needs a police detail with her at all times. Exactly. So just being outside and like just chilling. And Jakar says, yes, Albert, like John, hmm, John Dev, John Devlin. I mean, John Devil. Yeah, Jakar, yeah, I did like him when he was like the devil. Now Johnson says, remember when Johnny killed Anthony? Yeah, I do actually. That was my year when I started watching it around that time. And King says, why Spider Quake? Now Mel says Johnny has a different personality than EJ because Johnny has a good heart and EJ has a cold heart, and so I don't want him to be bad. Okay. Spider Quick says, I feel like Ava's gonna find Esme and might team up with her for payback on Nicholas or team with Olivia. Hmm. Elise says, I think she does. Jakara's, we just don't see them. Jane says, oh, thank Albert and Jonathan. Spider Quick says, that's what I feel. Janet, whenever you're here, you're on time. It is always good to see you. And here's the thing, Janet, I appreciate whenever you come in because I know you have a life outside of just coming on my live. So whenever you do come in, I am very grateful. So thank you. Spider Quick says maybe team up with Ryan. Monique says I like sausage with mushrooms. Oh, I love mushrooms. Cheese, bell peppers, banana peppers, peppers with ranch on the side. Hey, Monique. I mean, I respect that. You kind of lost me when you start putting in peppers. I am not a spicy person. Of course, Janet. Janet says I do a lot of work. Enjoy your. Thank you, Janet. No, that's what I said. I appreciate whenever you get a chance to watch my videos or come on live. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone that's on here. You know. So thank you, everyone. Kenya says, "Oh, Nicholas would hate life even more." Spider Quake. Genesis says pizza. Oh, okay. Genesis says pizza, extra cheese, and mushrooms. I do like mushrooms. Now Lisa says like that, Monique, but leave out the ranch. Now Monique says try Giano's for a pizza is so good. Our home running. Hmm. Jakar says I hope Johnny sees Ava for what she is. Oh, Didi's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Didi? Didi Sydney. You don't mind if I just call you Didi, right? Jonathan says, yeah, never stop talking about pizza. Hey, I brung it up. Well, actually, I don't remember if I brung it up, but chat brung it up and he just kept going. Okay, good, Didi. How you doing tonight, GD? Thank you for joining, by the way. Now, Tracy says, I love mushrooms too. I like something, but can't eat too many. They give me hiccups. I like olive mushrooms and pineapples. Ooh, that's some good stuff. Now, Stack says, do you think Brick now? No, Nina told Sonny. Yeah, Stacks, I do. Because he was cool with Sonny 1 minute, and then Sonny started acting strange. And of course, Nina was there, so yes. Elise says, does Nick actually think he can keep Esme a prisoner until birth? Exactly, no. Kenya says Florida has absolutely nothing on NY pizza to me. You know, Kenya, I would say that, but I've never actually had um, Florida's pizza. So, Didi, what are you watching right now? What soap operas do you watch? The Havlin says, does the actor who plays John has a daughter with Maxine? Um, yeah, de Havilland. I think his name is Brendan or the guy who plays Stefan on Jesus Christ. The guy who plays Stefan on Days of Our Lives has a child with Maxine. or the actress, Kristen Storm. Now, okay. Ian says, trust me, I tried. Richard said, hey, Kenya, I hear you. Okay. So these are just people that are chatting with other people. So I'm going to kind of skip that a little bit. Nina is such a troublemaker, annoying. Yes. Okay, but yeah, Didi, so you're watching GH, okay. How long you been watching GH, Didi? Tracy says, I was saying hot peppers give me the hiccups. No, I know what you meant. I hope I said hiccups right, though. Janet says, I'm liking the new licorice a lot. Yeah, Janet, he's actually doing a really good job. Hippie says, 35 people in the chat, hit the like button. Thank you. Thank you, Hippie. Yes, if you are enjoying the chat, we have 35, 34 people in the like, so hitting the like button really does help me out. Like, like it really does. Thank you, Hippie. I appreciate that. Mel says, I did like when Marlena got possessed by the devil and John saved her twice. I love John and Marlena, and they survive bad situations. That is true. I am. Yeah, no, a couple. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, that's his name. Brandon Brad. Well, Brandon. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that last name, but yeah. Yep. They have a child in real life. Kenya says, "Oh, trust, I'll be not missing much." Yeah, no, but I just hate when I get like, get behind on the chat because I like to sit there and make sure I answer everyone's questions. Sex says, "Do you think Sonny will see a pattern?" Yeah, but he'll probably ignore it, unfortunately. Didi says, well, my mom says I was young, but faithfully for about 12 years. Nice. Okay. Nice. Kenya says, oh, Medora's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining us. Now, Kenya says Spencer is growing and acting and actually taking responsibility for his actions. His father is not at all. Yes, I agree with that. Freddie says General Hospital forgot about Lulu. They're letting her continue to sleep in that long coma. Yeah, that's true. How you doing tonight, Medora? Sorry I missed some people in the chat. I was every once in a while that will happen, but I do apologize for that. Now, Karen says I like this Nick because he looks older. Yes, Karen, that is true. And I was thinking the same, like him and Ava seem like they at least like look wise. They look like they're around the same age. Somewhat. Kenya says my last response was oh, okay. Elise says Lulu is forgettable. You're killing me, Alicia. You're killing me, but I don't know. I mean, I'm all up for change, but this whole Joe says so is Trina. Oof. Royce says so is Trina. Johnson said, do you think Carly would tell the truth about Willow and Nina when she learns about Willow's medical condition? I think at this point she would have to. And if she doesn't, she'll be a terrible person. Now, one of you says, I know my favorite little actor, Douglas, is going to blow Ridge and Taylor's wedding up. Yes, Juanita, and I'm going to be there for it. I'm going to love it. Jax says, I remember Jax tried to take Joss away from Carly because of Sonny and Jason. Look at Sonny now. Alicia, no, you are Alicia, you are. That's why I laughed. Medora says, damn, I was proud of Elizabeth getting the best of Esme. Yes, Medora, that was good. But then again, now she's working with Nicholas. I'm like, what are you doing? Just a fast 180. Oh, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to lose my kids. Yeah, I'll sit there and help you. I'll be your nurse on call. Um, Now Didi says, I think Carly will have to come clean when she finds out about the cancer. Yes, Didi, she's going to have to at that point. And Monique says, Rocco start calling saying, Mom, that's when Lulu will wake up out of it. Yeah, hopefully. That would just be weird. Karen says that Lulu can stay in a coma. That Lulu can stay in a coma forever. Lisa can't argue with you, Trevor Voice. Johnson says, be Sure to have cake ready when Douglas. Ooh, yes, Johnson. I'm gonna definitely have some sort of treat. That's gonna be so good. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. Wow, 22 likes. Thank you, everyone. Jakara says I don't like Sloan. Jakara, why you don't like Sloan? I'm curious about that. Laura woke up. Laura woke up coming through Leslie Lou. Lola woke up come through Leslie Lou. Now he says that will make Dante and Sam interesting when Lulu wakes up. I don't really want that, but it'll be fun. So yes, it's sort of like I forgot that chick that keeps following around Noah. You know, on Y&R. Now Shakira says I've watched GH and Y&R today and not Days yet. You know, Shakira, Days is actually pretty good today. Days was actually pretty good today. Monique says Jax hated Jason but didn't have no problem using him when Carly and her unborn got kidnapped by Claudia. Yeah, that's very true, Monique. His moral compass went out the door that day. That night, Johnson said, "Did you see John and Andre?" Oh no, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I gotta sit there and make a list to do that. Andre and John. Okay, I'm gonna sit there and try to remember. Where's my damn pen at? I'm trying to write that down. Let me just move this out of the way. Now, De Havilland says, in my opinion, Sonny is whipped by crazy Nina. Elise said, don't talk up Jax. Don't want him back. Andre Aja. Yeah, no, Johnson. I'm gonna definitely look it up now. I actually had to write it down. Um, Now Stack says I never liked Jax. He was too controlling. Petey says I want to figure out the day's episode with Steve Burns on them so I can watch them. Hmm. You know, Dee, when if I hear something soon, if I hear something, I'll definitely let you know. Yes, Jonathan, I'm looking forward to watching it. I was gonna watch it yesterday, but I just had a lot on my mind. But I'm gonna watch it tonight. Though. I'm actually gonna watch it tonight after the stream. Now, Letitia says the look that Douglas be giving. Yes, yes, Letitia. Letitia, yeah. Because you know Douglas has those eyebrows and those eyes, and it's just like he'll be good in a horror movie. Now, Elisa kind of agreed. Your voice still can't fully get on board with new Trina. Shakira said, "Did you?" Yes, yes, Shakira, I did. I did watch Days of Our Lives. I'm gonna put out the review after I'm done with the stream. Now, Jakara says Sloan is really getting on my nerves. Want to come after Chanel and Paulina? Like, I get it. She didn't mean to kill her on purpose. Yeah, Jakara's. I mean, I get it. She didn't mean to do it on purpose, but she never paid for her crimes. And the fact that Paulina used her money and her influence to cover it up is like it just seems kind of disrespectful to her mother's memory. So I understand that to some extent. Freddie says I heard by Thanksgiving week that the two blondes, Carly and Nina, are gonna have another battle with each other. Oh, that's gonna be great. Looking forward towards that. Mel says I don't blame Sloan getting her sweet revenge. We're both Paulina and Chanel covering up a crime, so that's called voluntary. Well, technically, it'd be called involuntary manslaughter because she didn't do it on purpose. Now, Jessica says, "What Jessica says, "What's with these crazy thumbnails for the reviews that you keep?" I don't know, Jessica. I just stuff that I find like on the internet. I'll just sit there and just be like, "Oh, this looks crazy," even though it makes no sense. I don't know, Jessica. It's laughable some of the stuff that people come up with. So I gotta sit there and put it out there. I like to mix it up. Sometimes I'll just put a regular thumbnail. Sometimes I'll make sure it's just outlandish. I'll make sure it's outlandish. Jakar says, Marlena, you're right. I mean, Mel, you're right. Now, Freddie says Nina might say something to piss Carly off that might have Carly to keep the truth from Nina about her daughter even longer. Yeah, Freddie, I can see that working out as well. Now, the happiness says Freddie Edwards, I hope it's a cat fight between Nina and Carly. Hmm. You know, I gotta sit there and wonder, is catfight even like something that you can use today? I feel like it would be kind of offensive. You know what? Let me ask the ladies in the chat: is catfight actually considered to be offensive? Because technically, when two guys fight, it's not really a catfight at that point. It's just two dudes are just fighting. Now Mel says Douglas is everyone's safe haven to save Ridge and Brooklyn's marriage. I mean Brooks' marriage soon. I can't wait for that look he will give Thomas. I've been laughing for a hot minute. Now, Elise says, I'm hoping that Carly would do the right thing once she finds out about the cancer. Tracy says, I don't consider catfight offensive. It's just a term. Okay. Now, Jonathan said, to be fair, Nicholas was the kid version of Spencer, and Nicholas Chavez is the adult version, so their betrayal are different. Now, Makai says, well, Jessica says, not offensive. Okay. All right, cool, Jessica. I was just wondering about that, you know? Because, you know, you just never know these days, like, what is offensive and what isn't, you know? Oh, Denise is in the chat. How you doing tonight? And Makai says, oh, why not? I saw Lily and Billy talking about Chelsea. I wonder what the writers are up to with the Chelsea and Billy friendship. Me too. How you doing tonight, Denise? Thank you for joining. It's really good seeing you. Now one of you says no one can. Now one of you says not can for a good cat fight. Now Elise says I don't care. I don't I don't cat fight. I just throw the first punch and go. Didi says I love the golden days. So it's when you could just have a great slap. No more. Denise says I just stumbled across your live. Well, thank you for stumbling across the live, Denise. I always like seeing you in the chat and everything. So I always like seeing you in the comment section. Now, Stack says Carly should have handled Nina when Sonny came home. It's very true. Dee Dee says there was this really funny GH on YouTube video about the montage of slaps set to a song. I gotta look that up. I like saving challenges. Good evening. How you doing tonight? Denise says, thank you. I'm great. I'm glad you're doing good, Denise. And I'm glad you're here. Now, Alicia's okay. Denise says Stax is right. Patrick says, I'm honestly waiting for Carly and Nina and finally throwing hands or cat scratches at each other. uh, Very interesting choice of words. Now, Hippie says Carly should have told Willow when she first found out about Nina being her mom. Yeah, Hippie, I agree. I definitely agree. And you know that's really amazing? By her doing that, she's being a hypocrite. You know, she got all mad at Carly. She got all mad at Nina with the whole Sunny thing. Now, Freddie says even if Michael does tell Carly about Willow's cancer, Carly will be in a different situation with somebody like Nina. Carly hates Nina. She doesn't want Nina to be happy. Yeah, but I mean, it's about Willow at this point now. Monique says Carly playing God with people's lives, didn't learn anything from the Jacks, Courtney, Nicholas, Spencer situation when she kept Spencer from Nicholas. That's very true. Mel said it was very lovely and heartbreaking seeing Adam and Connor go see Chelsea. I love the way Connor went to hug his mom in his arm. I really know they will be family together. Yeah, man, I'm gonna look forward to watching that tonight and probably tomorrow. Hippie says, waiting for that cat fight. I'm glad everyone in the chat is actually cool with that term. Yeah, Monique says I did like the scene with Adam and Chelsea and Connor. Okay, Monique. Okay, that definitely seems like a scene. Looking for. Well, I look forward to seeing now. I don't know. You never know today. 41 people in the chat. My God, people are amazing. But again, you just never know what really sets people off. I, the one thing I will sit there and say, if I say something and I feel like it's out of line and somebody tells me, don't say that because it's kind of offensive, I will generally sit there and listen to them. You know? I will generally sit there and listen to them. Thank you, Denise. We actually, yeah, 24 likes, 39 to 40 something people in the chat. So if you are liking the video, definitely hit the like button. I know. It's super annoying. Trust me, I hate saying it as well. Like, I really hate saying it. But it does really help me out. So I kind of gotta say it. Hippie says, Hippie, I'm very grateful. I am very, very, very grateful. I just never thought I would ever be doing something like this. And I kind of bad because before I started doing YouTube, I used to be kind of a dick to certain creators. So that's why I kind of try to take it on the chin when people are just like really like mean to me or like I say something that people don't like because I get it, you know? Hippie says, I will say it for you. Thank you, Hippie. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, Medora says, I think Sally is pregnant. She was counting the days on her calendar now. Who's the baby daddy coming? No, seriously, Hippie, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you being here. Yeah, oh, that's going to be interesting, Medora. Now, Stack says, when Carly went to Crimson, I wanted her to go ham. We didn't get no pleasure. Mel says, I can't believe Noah is falling for the whole baby trap from Audrey. That's what her name was, that she had a miscarriage, but Noah better not be naive about Allie. The only thing I like about Audrey is that she is making those two interesting. Now, Alicia says, you're great, Albert, but switch out the meals on lives. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it, Mel. I'm going to work on it, Alicia. I am. I am. Um, I don't know. The soups is just very easy. It's not messy. I don't like eating stuff that's like super messy. It's gonna get on my face. It's like now Nikisha said, what did you do? No, Nikisha, I didn't do anything. Well, that's not entirely true. I don't know. I think it was just more like if I didn't agree with their opinion, I'd be like, well, you're a bleepity bleep bleep, you know? Which in reality, if I didn't agree with their opinions, I should have just kind of just stepped back. Ugh, I used to say some really I mean, it wasn't racist things, but it was bad, though. It was just me being a dick. Denise says, I can't with Nina and all her gaslighting. I'm really hoping the writers serve her up some real good karma. Me too. Jessica says, I agree. Shakira says, Albert, hi, you like, you know, no, Shakira, I don't actually like new girl Audrey. I just like the fact that she's making Noah and Allie interesting because those two are just straight up boring. She does look good though. I will give her that. Mel says I can't stand Audrey, just so fake. That's true, Mel. That is definitely true. Now Stack says Noah naive. That girl was never pregnant. Yeah, but it's hard to sit there and tell. You know, but she's gonna use that because that seems like her mo for some odd reason. Now Lisa says Nina is the queen of gaslighting. Yeah, and the queen of delusion, and the queen of being the victim, of playing the victim. Um, Now Denise says, "Oh, I don't know if you guys already talked about this, but I thought it was funny when Elizabeth said we need to perform." Yeah, yes, Denise. Yo, Esme popped up so fast. I was like, and of course that was Liz playing along, so I gave her points for that. And then I had to subtract some points, so then there was that. Now Medora says, "I like Audrey. I can see her with Adam. Noah is low key for Audrey." Now Nikisha says, "I heard Noah and Ali was going on recurring." Nikisha, I'll be okay with that because both of those two are boring. Hippie says, yes, that scared Asma. Yes, it did. It scared the living bejesus out of her. Freddie says, ever since Harmony was on her deathbed, she passed off her secret to Carly, and Carly swore to secrecy to keep that secret to the grave. Nina really gonna fly off the handle with her. Yes, she is. And you know what? Carly would deserve it. Now, Denise says, I don't think Liz was that clever. I mean, she was clever enough to sit there and fool Esme. So now Mel says I don't like Chloe. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Her voice is like scratching board. Oof. Wow, Mel. I mean, I don't like Chloe because of how she treated Philip. But the woman can sing though. Okay, the woman can sing. The girl can sing. Now, Juanita says, I think Audrey is lying about having a miscarriage. She's just trying to break up. No, yes, she is. She definitely is. That's why she couldn't really concentrate on her meeting with Tucker. Now Shakira, no, Kenya says Nina likes to troll at times. She definitely does. Shakira says Audrey is new toxic drama queen. Yeah, I can see that. Mel says Noah and Ali are not on contract. Yeah, I, I, I guess you're right. I obviously haven't looked into that. Jonathan said Nina will throw the first punch at Carly when she learns the truth. Yes, and I will be there for it. I will be there for it. As I think everyone in the chat knows how much you do not like Nina, but I will be there for it. Now, Hippie says Nicholas expected Elizabeth. No, Hippie says now Nicholas expect Elizabeth to help him. And you know what, Hippie? She agreed to it. Like she really agreed to it. Real like the 180 was just. Ugh. Yeah, Jakaris, I did actually watch the promo on Days. It looks like it's going to get really good. And I'm with it. Monique says the only Sloan I know of, he was a lawyer on YNR back in the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, no, this is a Sloan from Days of Our Lives. Now, Lisa says Liz actually got me today with Esme. Said what? The girl is only a month, maybe half. Yeah. Yep. Let's just remember, Alicia, that Esme is showing and Willow isn't. I mean, I know she has cancer, but I'm like, we should have saw a baby bump at some point. That's just laziness. Medora says, "Can we get Jack some brains?" Everyday Diane uncovers. uh, Medora, I'm actually on Diane's side. I'm on Diane's side. Oh, Rhonda, how you doing tonight, Rhonda? Do you think Ashley will accidentally fall back in love with Tucker since her and Jack? Oh yes, Rhonda, I do. That's a nice name, by the way. Kenya says Carly's sitting on something like that. Well, not avoid consequences for it. Yeah, will not avoid consequences for it. Yeah, I agree. Now, Jakara says Ali is going to cheat on Chanel. Yes, she will. And it's going to be, I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be satisfact. I'm actually curious how I'm going to feel. Now, Elise says, no baby switch, please. You know, Elisa, the fact that you put that out there in the air, that most likely they're going to do it. Now, Mel says, I'm young and the restless. Chloe, she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Her voice is like a screeching chalkboard. I do not, I do like, oh, okay. You like her voice. Okay. Okay. All right. My bad, Mel. I forgot there's two Chloes. My bad, Mel. Now, Kenya says, I was hoping no baby switch either. Yeah. See, y'all keep putting that out there in the air, and y'all putting that out there in the universe. Now, Elise says, I think Carly will do the right thing when she finds out about Willa. I hope so. Dee Dee says, switches are always so drawn out. That's true, Dee Dee. Just remember Wiley? Remember Wiley? Shakira says, Mel on YNR Chloe Mitchell can be annoying sometimes. Yeah, Shakira, she can be annoying most times. I mean, I don't know the full story. I mean, I know that Adam had something to do with somebody's child's death or whatever, but Billy also left that child in the car by herself. So there's a lot of blame to go around. Now Denise says, now remember Carly asked Willow if she wanted to know who her mother really was, and Willow said hell no. So that will be the ace up her sleeve. Yeah, yeah, Denise, whew, she's gonna ride that wave like there's no tomorrow. Stack says Chloe annoying all the time. Exactly. I agree with that, Stacks. Jonathan said on no, Jonathan said Gage has too many drawn out storylines lately. Yeah, they have. I agree with that. And Kenya says, I forgot about that. Denise. Elise says, not a good no. Elise Elise says not such a good ace. Now Denise says, meanwhile, Willow told Nina to drop dead the other day. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And of course, Nina ran back to Sunny talking about how awful they were being. And Sunny's like, stay away from them. Like, as in, leave them alone. Can you leave them alone? Can you do that? Alicia says, only if she could, Denise. Only if she could. Now, Denise says, oh God. Oh good God, Jonathan, you're so right. Yeah, they do. Jonathan is 100% correct. Karen says, what's the best baby switch of all time? I think it's Audrey and Jeremy. Oof. I don't know. I don't know, Karen. I would have to think about that. I'm not exactly really a fan of the baby switches thing anyway. So Mel says, I'm sorry. I'm on team Ashley, Nikki, and Phyllis side that Diane because they know that she is getting scared of all her secrets coming out, especially when Jeremy Starks gets his revenge on Diane. Uh, I respect that, Mel. I don't know. I just feel like those three women have way too much time on their hands to be constantly going after Diane. Like, they got jobs, they got kids. Like, do something with your damn lives. Denise says, yes. Denise says, yep, Alicia. Freddie says, Starcase, what? Carly wins this award for keeping paternity and keeping parents and children apart. Hippie says, I need ice cream. I was going to do ice cream today, but it's too cold in New York. Jonathan says Nina's not going to be able to stay away from stay away when she learns that Willow is a daughter. That's 100% true. Keenan says, you're right, Freddie. She will hopefully read what she saw. Now, Stack says, how much you want to bet Nina tells Carly she saw her in Brick's room? Yeah, I can see that. Patrick says, hopefully there's no more baby switches from now on. Time for the writers to think more outside the box. And I cannot agree with you more, Patrick. And he says, Jonathan, you're right. Elise says, never too cold for ice cream. I don't know. Maybe it's too cold for me. Maybe it is too cold for me. Now, Nikki says, when Sonny's going to realize that Nina is obsessed with Carly, just like Nell was. You know, Nikisha, Sonny has been the same since he's been back from Nixon Falls. So we may have to wait a little bit longer. Hopefully not too much longer. Now, Johnson says, I hate baby switch stories. Me too. Mal says, Chloe is a horrible friend to Chelsea. I don't see her coming to see her friend. Only Ben Adam, Connor, Sharon and Billy are being there for her. That's true. That's definitely true. Mel, I thought they weren't. I thought that Sally and Chloe weren't. Chloe and Chelsea weren't friends anymore. I could have swore they weren't. Then again, I don't really know the dynamics too much of that show. So Kenya says Nikisha probably when it's too late. Yeah, Kenya. When most of Sonny's friends and family are just pushed away, you may get it. Now, Alicia says Sonny never really bought into the whole Nell thing like Carly did, despite knowing that she tried to seduce him. It's true. Spidey Quick says, I'm back, but leaving again for 1 minute. I'm going to be back for good and also kill Drew off. Now, Natasha says, Miss Busybody Nina can't leave anyone alone. Exactly. Stack says, yeah, Nina wanted to see if Sonny was jealous. Yeah, yeah. It was a test for her. Now, Juanita says, I think that being pregnant at some point changed Esme in some ways. This reminds me of Mariah on Y&R. Yeah, that's what exactly Juanita. That's why I put out the question of do you feel sorry for Nina? Now, Jonathan says I think Sonny is going to be in some accident and then he'll be back to himself. Medora says I think Willow will Nina change when she learns the truth. But I'm afraid Nina would do too much and suffocate Willow. Yeah, making up for lost times. Young Jakar says, how do you feel about Stephanie and Alex getting together? You know, Jakar, I feel bad for Alex because Stephanie is just using him as a consolation prize. And that's not cool for anyone. Now Mel says, I only have cookies and cream and strawberry ice cream. That was really delicious. Then he says, I'm loving this. I'm loving this too. I'm loving the fact that everyone's here and we're just having a good time. So thank you everyone for being here. Now Didi says, who do you think is going to get the hook next? You know, Didi, I don't know. I want to sit there and say maybe Curtis, maybe Jordan. Now Monique says Billy hates Adam, so anyway, to make Adam look bad in Connor and Chelsea's eyes is his goal. I can see that. Denise says peppermint ice cream. Yeah, nice. Was everyone's getting ice cream in one day that I don't actually have ice cream? Spike Quick says I'm back for good because I want a nice mug of hot chocolate. Yes. Me too. I haven't had that in a while. Stack says Esme won't change. A baby didn't change now. That's true. Monique says, good night, everyone. My show is on Law and Order SVU. Have a good night, Monique. Thank you for joining. Alicia, see y'all guys later. Have a good night, Alicia. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Jakars. Thank you for joining. Oof, and we're still jumping. Shoot, I might have to get my man ice cream. Yeah, Spike Quick, the one day, right? Now, Johnson says when Stephanie talked about her ex, I still think it could be something Hernandez. He goes to her because his family was in danger at that time. Interesting. Now, Monique says, what hook? Leo's out playing in the woods by himself after Ava got. Exactly. Exactly, Nikisha. Now Tracy says, "Now I can't ice cream. I want Rocky Road. I'm tempted to go to the store just for that." Me too. Freddie says, "Carly ain't gonna do the right thing. She might use some random person or whatever to give Willow a bone marrow that Carly." Yeah, I can see that too. Unfortunately, Mel says, "I can't believe Chloe wanted Sally to get her dad that summer to work." Yeah, Didi, Tomo ice cream. I've never had an ice cream before. Didi. Denise says, "Good night, Spiderquake." Jonathan says, oh, oh, okay, Jonathan. Dara. Interesting. I would definitely like to see that character come back then. Spiderquake says, Vanilla and Mint, my favorite. Amel says, Billy and Chloe can't let go of hating Adam with a passion over Dahlia's death. Billy's daughter, but it was not Adam's fault for her death. Yeah, it seemed like it was a combination of a lot of people's fault. I mean, Billy shouldn't have just left her daughter in the car by herself. But he says, let's just be clear. Carly is wicked. No feelings when it comes towards Nina, period. Jack says Carly will do the right thing, will do right by Willow and that baby. But she doesn't know she's sick. That is true. Spotty Quick says, what's your favorite ice cream? Um, Reese's Pieces. Yeah. Yeah, Reese's Pieces. Patrick says it's actually snowing here in Colorado. Oh, wow. Do you like snow, Patrick? Because I was going to sit there and say, man, that sucks. But if you actually like it, then that works. That works. But you know what? It's like 9:40 right now, so I think I'm actually going to sit there and call this a wrap. For the live stream tonight. Mike Quick says I want to snow. Nikki says I think no. Nikki says I still think Nikki Newman was really the one that hit Dahlia, but Victor covered it up and framed Adam. Hmm. Johnson says, I like hot fudge sundaes. Ooh, that sounds so good. Spider Quick says, I know you don't. Yeah, it's not my favorite part of shoveling. Maybe if I bought a snowblower, then yeah. And he says, snowing here in Chicago already today, and it's beautiful. Okay. Have a good night, Dee Dee. Thank you for joining. Spider Quick says, y'all lucky I want snow. Y'all lucky I want snow. Have a good night, Patrick. Thank you for joining. Juanita says, good night, everyone. No snowing in Houston. Okay, have a good night. Juanita, thank you for joining. Have a good night, Karen. Have a good night, Nikisha. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad you was here tonight, so thank you. Yeah, no Spider Quick. I know you love your snow. And Kenya says cookie dough ice cream. You know, I had cookie dough ice cream last time. Mel says there's no snow in Colorado, Texas. Spider Quick says what's the hottest state? Texas, Florida, or Arizona? I'll probably sit there and say Arizona. Just guessing. Have a good night, Stacks. Thank you for joining. Great seeing you. Kenya, have a good night. Karen, yes, definitely have a good night. Karen, definitely, yes. I will see you tomorrow. I look forward to seeing each and every single person here tomorrow. If you can come through, I appreciate it. Jonathan says Adam was never treated well, even before he arrived in town. I heard about that. Tracy says, I'm in Arizona and the snows. Really? Interesting. Have a good night, Hippie. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Susan. Thank you for joining. It was great seeing you again. Great seeing you as well, Tracy Steves, and Nikisha, and Jonathan, and Monique, and Jakaris, and Shakira. Have a good night as well. So this was a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing each and every single person back here tomorrow. We have a lot of fun. We're going to be chopping it up. And I'm just grateful for just, you know, having amazing subscribers, amazing supporters like y'all. Have a good night, Makai. Thank you for joining. This was a lot of fun, hella fun, and I look forward to doing it tomorrow. Thank you, Denise. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Patrick, also. Thank you, Jonathan. Definitely look forward to see that sword fight. I got it written down right here. Thank you again for reminding me, though, Jonathan. By the quake on a different topic, I caught me loving your cousin at the same time last year doing research. Oof. But not me. Oof. That must have been awkward as that must have been awkward as hell, Spider Quake. Now Mel says Adam has another son, Christian, that Nick adopted. I just wish Adam would get back his son. That would be a good story. Yeah. I didn't know that no, I didn't know that Adam had another child. Thank you, Blackmon. Thank you for joining. It was amazing and it was amazing to see you as always, and I really appreciate your support. Spike Quick says, did it in front of me and my other cousin. He wasn't beating anything though. Oof. Man. I feel the cringe. Just even I can't imagine how it was like. Thank you, Janet. Thank you for joining. This was amazing. I really appreciate you being here. Same thing with you again, Black Mon. Have a good night, Mel. It was great talking to you as always. Have a good night, Medora. And God bless you as well. Stay safe. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow if you're able to join. Yeah, no, Spider Quick guys. Oof. Have a good night, Letitia. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And thank you for your patience because I'm really bad with names. So, you know, if I botch your name a couple of times, I apologize. Have a good night, Janet. All right, I'm going to be signing off, but I look forward to seeing everyone back tomorrow. If you can make it, definitely come through. 8 p.m. Eastern Pacific Standard Time on New York time zone. Have a good night, Spider Quake. See you tomorrow also. That's a good question, Spider Quake. I think because of the holidays and everything like that, we're gonna probably try to get together after December. I mean, if we can do it before then, we will. But with the holidays and everything like that, it'll probably be after December. You know, the next time we can all get together. But if that happens before, then I'll definitely let everyone in the chat know. All right. Stay safe, everyone. Jan says B&B should be good. Yes, Janet, it should be. Oof, I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe, and I will see y'all tomorrow. My wife's days depending. Tomorrow depending. Okay. All right. Well, Spiderquake, if you do, let me know what you think of it. Have a good night, Spiderquake. And have a good night, everyone. Thank you, everyone, again for